Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra and today we'll be ranking my children. Just kidding. We're ranking recent purchases again. If you're new to my channel, a very special welcome to you. I hope you will consider subscribing before you leave if you like what you see today. And if you're new to this series, this is my follow-up. I'll be calling out as I go any related videos that I've done showing these products that I'll be ranking today in action. So the way I like to do this is to go back just a couple of months and pick out the products that I'm ready to kind of give my final word on, mini reviews, and just rank these products overall from, least favorite to favorite. I will say today was particularly hard. These are a lot of my favorite newer products to my collection. So the way I decided to go about it today is if I had to give up one product one by one, which product would I let go of first, and so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and get into it because we have a lot of products to rank. Well, 10 as always. So this product I love, total game changer for me, but I am ranking it down at number 10 because it is utilitarian and less exciting than these other products. It is my MAC Paint Pot in the shade Painterly. I have already made a really nice dip in this. I really like to apply this with this sort of dense domed brush that I got off of Amazon of all places, and apply it that way and then sort of tap it out and make sure that everything is settled onto the skin of my eye. But it's beautiful. I don't know why I waited so long to try it, but I'm glad I did because this one works really well for me, especially right now during the warmer months. I don't find that my eyeshadows fade with this one or anything like that, and so I'm definitely continuing to use this. This is by far my new favorite eyeshadow primer. I do still love the Ulta Matte Eye Primer in the shade Nude. However, that one can tend to look a little dry on my eyes, where this one doesn't. So definitely my preference. Coming in at number 9, again, a beautiful product. It's the Fenty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blush. I have this in the shade Strawberry Drip. Looks very intimidating in the pan and even in the swatch here, but I'll show you how it blends out super easily, and it's just a beautiful, bright coral blush, just a true coral in between the pinky and the peachy side. I know a lot of people didn't love the size of this product. I think it's fine. You take so little product for it to really show up on your skin tone. I mean, if you're of a darker skin tone, obviously you might want to use more product, but I really like this one. The only reason that I'm sort of ranking it down where I am is that I have another blush that's of a similar type, more like a cream or putty blush, that I prefer just a little bit more than this one. This one I do have to be careful with that I don't pick up my foundation or anything like that when I'm applying it. I do prefer this one applied with a sponge, like 100%, but it does work with a brush just as well. I just like to be able to whack it on my cheeks there with a sponge and call it a day. But this is a really beautiful product. I would love to try another shade from the range at some point, but for now I really like this one and I'm going to continue enjoying it as I use it. Coming in at number 8 is the other blush that I was talking about. It just edged out the Fenty cream blush by like hairs, okay? It's the MAC Glow Play Blush. I have this shade is Cheeky Devil. I have since purchased another shade in the range, which is So Natural, which I also love. But the reason this one kind of ranks as low as it does is this is very, very subtle on my skin tone. It's beautiful and I do love a subtle pink blush, That being said, I do prefer Puff from Glossier in their Cloud Paint line over this one from MAC. This is a beautiful blush, and it would especially be beautiful for someone of a very fair skin tone, but for me it is definitely subtle, and you guys might know that I love a blushy look. The way I prefer to apply this one and the other shade as well is with this e.l.f. 105 brush. I always forget the name, so I'll put it on the screen for you, but it's kind of a duo fiber. Some of the bristles are slightly longer than the others. It's a little bit dense, and I like to just press this onto the cheeks. If I need to, those little bit longer hairs will do a nice job, you know, sort of blending the edges, but these are beautiful. I also do like building this up on the apples of the cheeks with my good old phalanges here, and that works well as well. This is just one of those that is very, very easy to use, very user friendly, but it is a product that kind of completely sets down versus the Fenty one, where I think that one just stays a little bit ever so more emollient on the face, to where I feel like I want to lightly dust powder over the Fenty one, whereas this one I don't feel the need to do that, and that's why this one edges the Fenty product out by just one place. Coming at number 7 is this Kiko Milano Tuscan Sunshine Blush. I have mine in the shade Tuscan Iris. I don't know why they would call this Iris, other than it does smell like iris. I don't know. That's a very specific smell, and if you don't know what it is, then you don't know what it is. But this is really beautiful. I love the way that it is here in the pan. I think the embossing is beautiful. The packaging is beautiful as always with Kiko Milano, especially their seasonal releases. This was their summer release. And I love this kind of split pan duo thing that we have going on here. Those are always my favorite blush. This is like the more orangey side by itself. This is the more terracotta shade. And then when you blend them together, it almost makes like a nude shade. Really, really beautiful. As always, their powders are very, very soft and finely milled, and I really love how this looks on my skin. I do tend to mix them together, but sometimes I do sort of place my brush in this more terracotta side and sort of punch up the apples of the cheeks. But this is a beautiful product. My only gripe with Kiko is that, Kiko Milano, I'm sorry, is that they tend to discontinue things so quickly. From here on in, it got pretty tough. Coming in at number 6 is the Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer in the shade Butter Biscuit. This is the second to lightest shade, I believe. It's the first warm tone shade in the range, and it's actually a really good shade for me. I like it very, very much. This is what it looks like in a concentrated swatch. But again, like the Strawberry Drip blush, it does blend out beautifully. It's nice and diffused. I really prefer this one applied with a sponge as well. Overall, for cream products, I do really prefer to use a sponge. I do think it's relatively sweat and waterproof, as it claims to be on the website. It's just a beautiful product. Is it my all-time favorite cream bronzer? No. You'll have to watch my which cream bronzer is right for you video, which I will link up in the eye for you. But I did go ahead and rank the cream bronzers that I tested at the end of the video, so you can see that ranking there if you're interested. But it is a beautiful product. I have no qualms about having purchased it. I think it's a really good product. It's not one that stays super emollient on the skin by any means, but I do sometimes like a light dusting of powder or a light dusting of another bronzer over top of this one, just to really lock it into place, especially right now on my very combo to oily skin this summer. Coming in at number 5. I don't have 5 children, but I will say this was very, very hard to rank these last 5 or top 5 products, if you will. And this is my brand new favorite drugstore dupe. If you want to see that, you can check out the drugstore makeup tag that I did, and I'll link that up in the eye as well. But the drugstore dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution lipstick in the shade Pillow Talk is this Flower Beauty Petal Pout lipstick in the shade Spiced Petal. I absolutely adore this, and I actually almost prefer this to the Charlotte Tilbury. I really like her Matte Revolution formula, but I like this color specifically in a more cream formula. It's not so creamy that it's gonna slip and slide around your lips either though. I really love the tenacity of this lipstick. It really grips to the lips, and it's relatively long lasting in terms of a cream lipstick for sure. It's just a beautiful product. It's what I want to wear every day. I've been wearing it a whole ton. I wear this, and then sometimes I'll wear a gloss or a little bit lighter lipstick just to highlight the center of my lips. I like to do that. So I love this product, and I would recommend this to anybody who has ever been curious about Pillow Talk but didn't want to drop the $34 for that lipstick. I think you can absolutely use this one and never think again about the Charlotte Tilbury one. Coming in at number 4 is another cream bronzer from that video that I did for you guys, just helping you see the differences and explain the differences between the different cream bronzers that I own. Unfortunately, they're all high end. I do have one drugstore cream bronzer stick on the way to me, so I'll let you guys know my thoughts on that. But I'm talking about the Tarte C Breezy Cream Bronzer. This is the mini, and it comes in the shade Seychelles. It looks like this, and it's an absolute perfect color, in my opinion, for a cream bronzer for my skin tone. It also blends out really easily and beautifully. I also prefer to use a sponge with this one, mostly just because I'm lazy. It's so easy. If you watch that bronzer video, I was like boop 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 with my sponge, and then it was blended, and I was like, oh, what magic is this? It's just beautiful. I love the color. That being said, this product and this product does not have all that much more product than this one. This one's like $14 or $15. This one I think is $32. So, you know, keep that in mind when thinking about it if you are planning to buy a higher end cream bronzer, because this is a way, 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 way better deal, you know, value for money wise. Coming in at number 3, this hurt to put this one at any other place than number 1, but if I'm being truthful with myself and with you, which I am, coming in at number 3 is the Natasha Denona Mini Retro Palette. This is fantastic. This is 100% Kyra in a palette. I was really hoping she was going to bring out a midi size retro palette instead of the bronze palette that she just released, but you know, there's hope for the future, I guess. I did do a dedicated review to this palette, so I'll link that up in the eye and in the description box below. Words. But this is beautiful. I love the different textures in here. I love this Chroma Crystal shade. It's a beautiful topper that really transforms any of the shades in the palette. They all perform really beautifully, and I don't know, it would be so hard if I had to rank my Natasha Denona mini palettes. I don't know where this one would fall. Maybe in first place. It would be a tie probably between this one and my mini star palette, and I'm very near to hitting pan on several shades in my mini star palette because I love it so much. So don't be confused. Even though this came in at number 3, she holds my heart in her sweet little 5-pan hand. Alright, coming in at number 2 is my new favorite powder highlight. I've used it an absolute ton since I purchased it, and it is the Clinique Powder Pop Flower Highlighter in the shade Lunar Pop. It doesn't maybe look like a whole lot of anything in the swatch here, but it's almost got this opal quality to it, and I love opal. I'm a huge sucker for opal. So it's got like a champagne, peachy, pinky with a little bit of mystery mixed in, and it's just so beautiful. The formula of this is really, really beautiful. I do think that this is a little bit softer than the cheek pops, the blushes. It's ever so slightly softer than those, but still a beautiful formula that performs just as beautifully as the blushes did. There's a reason why so many of us have the powder pop or cheek pop blushes in our collection, because they're phenomenal. They're absolutely gorgeous. So I love this. I don't think you would be disappointed if you picked that one up. All right, drum roll please. Coming in at number 1, I think you'll be surprised. It's not eyeshadow, it's not a lippy, it's not a blush, it is a bronzer, and it is the Clinique Powder Pop Flower Bronzer in the shade Solar Pop. This is what it looks like. I don't know why it looks so kind of orangey in the swatch, but on the skin, to me, it looks like it has like a rosy reddish undertone. And for me and my skin tone, when I do get sun, which I try not to, when I do get sun, it does have that reddish tone to it. So for me, this is a very natural looking bronze. I don't know if you'll be able to tell how much I've worn away at the pattern on this bronzer, because I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I'm also newly obsessed with bronzer, period. I have added way too many to my collection recently, but this one is by far a favorite. I finally had to put it away in my drawers over here so that I could start giving love to some of my other bronzers, new bronzers even. It's just perfect. I just love this. Again, it's a little bit softer than the Cheek Pop formula, the blush formula, but it's absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Very easy to blend, very easy to use overall. I just love this to death. And that is it. Those are the 10 products that I'll be ranking today. I'm curious what you guys thought of the ranking. Were you expecting a bronzer at number 1? Were you expecting a palette? What do you think? As I said before, any related videos to these products will be linked down below in case you want to see them in action. But other than that, I hope you're all staying safe, well, and sensible. And I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful makeup days. And I will see you in my next video soon.